Taylor, what do you think of taking my last name?
Well, you're asking me a question like I haven't taken your last name, but I did. I guess for me, I think some people were like, oh my gosh, why would an American girl want to take a Chinese last name? Considering mine is a very easy Chinese name to take because it's not a weird one or one that's hard to pronounce. In America, Hao Kai's last name Yong is always pronounced Yang, and that's just because of I don't know what reason. But everyone pronounces it wrong, but in a weird way to Americans, that's still pronouncing it right. So I don't have to worry about people mispronouncing my name in a weird way or not knowing how to spell it. It's pretty easy. But on the other side of things, the other reason I would have chosen his last name is mainly because I believe if you get married, you should take on your husband's last name. Unless there are some cases where someone is like a doctor or a professor and they don't want to have the last name, you can do like the joint thing where it's like the little attached thing. Or you can just keep your old last name. My last name though was so hard to say, my maiden last name. It was ridiculous and it was long and no one knew how to pronounce it ever and no one knew how to spell it. It was just obscene, right? Like every time I go to school, I'd have to spell it out by saying it's Z like zebra, you know, S, yeah, it's like annoying, right? So for me, having a last name Yong or Yang is so much more simple. It's 4 letters and you can't mess it up unless you just, I don't know, you've never seen that last name ever, you never watched Grey's Anatomy or anything that has a Yang. Or just like the fact like yin and yang, you know, everyone, all Americans are always like yin and yang. I know what yang is, you know. It's ridiculous to Chinese because you're like, oh my gosh, you're pronouncing it wrong. You guys are dumb, duh. But for me, it was a no-brainer. There really isn't a question in here. There was nothing weird about it.